Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The caregivers of San Juan Regional Medical Center are committed to bettering the quality of life, health, and care of individuals, families, and our communities. Life is their sacred trust. Better is their mission. Here is their home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, improving the health of the Four Corners since 1910.
Ahead, turn right.
Isn't it nice to have a little help getting where you're going?
Your destination is ahead and 300 feet.
When navigating life's challenges, the San Juan County Navigation Center can help you with navigating housing, navigating transportation, navigating medical providers, and more. Learn more online at sjcnavigate.net or call 505-636-7110. The Navigation Center, connecting to resources, empowering lives.
You have arrived at your destination.
I'm back in Studio A with my guests this morning. As I mentioned, these are my honor students from my public speaking classes as we wrap up the spring semester here at San Juan College. This is the final week of classes here at the college before graduation ceremonies on Saturday, of course. And so, without any further ado, let me introduce one of my honor students to you this morning. Cornley is here to present his honor speech. So, without any further ado, Corn, whenever you're ready, go right ahead.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in today. Whether you're driving, relaxing at home, or multitasking as you listen, I want to take a few minutes to talk about something we all do, or at least try to do: sleep. It's one of the most basic human needs, right up there with food, water, and air. But despite how important it is, sleep often gets pushed to the bottom of our priority list. In this segment, we're going to explore three main things. First, why sleep is important. Second, what happens when we don't get enough of it. And third, some practical tips that can help improve our sleep habits. I'm not here to tell you what to do, just to inform, share, and hopefully leave you with a better understanding of how sleep affects your mind and body. Let's start with why sleep matters in the first place. Sleep is just more than a way to rest after a long day. When we sleep, our bodies and brains go through vital processes that keep us healthy, alert, and able to function. During sleep, the body repairs tissues, builds bones and muscle, and strengthens the immune system. For the brain, it's a time to sort through the day's information, store important memories, and clear out toxins that build up during waking hours. According to NHLB, it has shown that sleep improves concentration, mood, and decision-making. It even plays a role in regulating emotions. That's why after a good night's sleep, you might feel sharper, calmer, and more productive. And when you don't get enough, well, that brings us to the next part. So what exactly happens when sleep is cut short? Sleep deprivation doesn't just mean feeling a little tired. It can have wide-ranging effects on both the body and the brain. First, the immediate effects. You might notice trouble focusing, slower reaction times, or increased irritability. Your memory can suffer too. And tasks that normally feel easy might suddenly seem overwhelming. Over time, lack of sleep can lead to more serious problems. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and even depression. Another thing to consider is how sleep affects safety. According to CDC, Drowsy driving is responsible for thousands of car crashes every year. In fact, going too long without sleep can impair your driving just as much as being under the influence of alcohol. Sleep also impacts your immune system. If you're not getting enough rest, your body may have a harder time fighting off illnesses. That's why people often get sick more easily when they're not sleeping well. And for students and young adults, sleep is crucial for learning. While you sleep, your brain is busy organizing and storing new information. Skimping on sleep can make it harder to absorb what you've learned and later remembered on. Now that we've covered the importance of sleep and what happens when we don't get enough, let's talk about some practical tips for better sleeping habits. Again, this isn't about telling anyone what to do, just sharing helpful information. Number 1, set a consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps your body get into a rhythm. Your internal clock, also known as your circadian rhythm, likes routine. When you're consistent, falling asleep and waking up becomes easier over time. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Doing the same calming activities before bed, like reading, stretching, or listening to quiet music, can signal your brain that it's time to wind down. Number 3, watch what you eat and drink. Caffeine and heavy meals too close to bedtime can keep you awake. Try to avoid coffee, energy drinks, or large snacks in the hours leading up to sleep. Number 4, making your sleep environment comfortable. A cool, dark, and quiet room is ideal for most people. Blackout curtains, white noise machines, or eye masks can help create a peaceful space for sleeping. Stay active during the day. Regular physical activities can help you fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper sleep. Just try not to exercise too close to bedtime, since that can make it harder to wind down. So to wrap things up, sleep plays a huge role in our mental and physical health. When we don't get enough, the effects show up on our mood, focus, and even our long-term health. And while we can't always control our schedules, there are many simple habits that can help support better sleep. Whether you're someone who sleeps like a rock every night or someone who tosses and turns for hours, knowing how sleep works and why it matters is a valuable part of taking care of ourselves. Thanks for listening today. Hopefully, you learned something new, or at least something to think about the next time you're tempted to scroll through your phone at 1 a.m. Sweet dreams, or at least better ones.
Corin, thank you very much. Thank you. You're all set. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Finished the class and finished at least that part of the semester. One of my honors students from the public speaking classes here at San Juan College in the spring semester. We'll take a short break. We come back and a couple more speeches ahead for you right here on KSJE this morning. KSJE and the San Juan College Native American Center present the Student Study Tip of the Week.
Hi, my name is Latoya, and I'm coming to you with the study tips of the week. It might be easy to fall into a trap of stressing yourself out while you're studying, but that will be counterintuitive in the big picture. You can control when you study and how you study to prepare you for your exams. After that, you have to be confident and try your best to retain the information. Believing in yourself and trusting that you've got this can help you forget about the stress and focus on moving forward. Positive thoughts, positive action, positive outcomes.
The Student Study Tip of the Week is presented by the San Juan College Native American Center and KSJE.
And we're back in Studio A this morning with, as I mentioned, my honors students from my public speaking classes as we wrap up the spring 2025 semester. Next up this morning to present her honor speech, Abril Gutierrez is here. And Abril, we're ready whenever you'd like to get started. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is April Gutierrez. Today, I want to talk about an issue that has shaped our society for centuries: gender stereotypes. These preconceived notions about how men and women should behave, think, and live have deeply influenced our culture, often limiting people's potential and continue inequality in many different settings. Being born a certain gender is what would determine how you are treated for the rest of your lives. Either you would be respected or not, whenever your feelings matter or not. I want to talk and take a closer look at how these stereotypes affect both women and men, and explore many ways we can work together to get rid of these gender stereotypes. First, let's consider the stereotypes that are put on women. Society has long dedicated that women should be nurturing, submissive, emotional, and primarily focused on house-related responsibilities, such as cleaning and cooking. For some reason, too, colors happen to be stereotypical, such as pink, purple, and yellow only belong to women because they are bright and colorful. While some women may naturally embody these traits, the problem arises when such expectations are forced upon all women, regardless of their individuality or aspirations. These stereotypes have far-reaching consequences. For example, according to the World Economic Forum's 2022 Global Gender Gap Report, women globally only earn 77 cents for every dollar earned by men, largely due to gender biases and stereotypes that undervalue women's contributions in the workplace. Furthermore, a study by McKinsey & Company found that women only hold 27 of senior leadership positions worldwide, despite evidence showing that companies with diverse leadership perform better financially. In male-dominant industries like technology and engineering, women often face discrimination, harassment, and lack of mentorship opportunities. Even in their personal life, women are judged harshly if they don't choose not to marry, have children, or conform to traditional gender roles. These types of stereotypes not only limit women's opportunities, but also undermine their confidence and self-worth. It is time to recognize that women are just as capable and diverse as men, and they deserve the freedom to define their own paths. Now I want to turn our attention to men. While it seems like men benefit from privilege, they also burdened by harmful stereotypes. Men are often expected to be aggressive, dominant, and the primary breadwinners for their families. Connected to some parts of my first paragraphs, colors such as black, red, blue, and green happen to be associated with men. The fact that colors have to be stereotypical too is, beyond me. From a young age, men are told to man up or being told that they're acting like little girls, which results in men throwing out their emotions. This leads so many to struggle with mental health issues in silence. According to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, men die by suicide nearly 4 times more often than women in the United States, partly because norms discourage them from seeking help or expressing vulnerability. To add on, the pressure to conform to ideals of masculinity can make men feel like if they pursue careers or hobbies that are traditionally associated with women, such as nursing or teaching. A Pew Research Center survey found that 71% of men feel pressure to financially provide for their families, even in situations where dual income households are common. These stereotypes not only harm some men, but also contribute to a society where emotional repression and unhealthy competition thrive. Such as women deserve to break free from these society expectations, so do men deserve the rights to express themselves without fear of judgment. So you may be asking, how can we address this issue? First, education is key. We should start teaching children from an early age that their worth is not determined by gender, but by their character, talents, and actions. Schools and parents should encourage boys and girls to explore their interests freely, whenever that means playing sports, pursuing tough topics such as science or math, or focusing on the arts. Secondly, media representation matters. Televisions, movies, and advertisements should strive to portray diverse depictions and realistic images of men and women, breaking away from these outdated stereotypes. For instance, studies such as from Brigham City University, located in UK, states that if children are exposed to non-stereotypical portrayals of gender in media, they are most likely to develop open-minded attitudes towards gender roles compared to some children that are exposed to stereotypical portrayal of gender in media for this study. With this information provided, we know that we can start by telling media companies in production to start releasing less stereotypical portrayals of movies/TV series. Third, workplaces must put in policies that promote gender equality, such as equal pay, parental leave for both mothers and fathers, and mentorships programs for underrepresented groups. Finally, as society, we must challenge our own biases and speak out against stereotypes when we encounter them. Changes begin with each one of us, and by creating a more open mind and empathy, we create a more inclusive society. Gender stereotypes are not just some outdated ideas, but they are barriers that prevent people from reaching their full potential. They harm women by limiting their opportunities and undermining their value, and they harm men by forcing them into rigid molds of masculinity. Although together we can break these barriers. By educating ourselves and promoting others, promoting equality, embracing diversity, we can build a world where everyone is free to be their true self. Thank you.
Avril, thank you very much. That's Avril Gutierrez, one of my honor students here at San Juan College, presenting her honor speech here on KSJE. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a great rest of your Monday. Back in a few moments with our next segment, talking technology. Monday Reboot coming up in a few moments.
Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.